Happy snowy Saturday, true believers. We had Q&D Macomb basketball atop the marquee. Both teams trying to stay unbeaten. Grant Hire trying to pick up where he left off in a 34-point performance against Payson. Good back down to start. Caden Mainland, the unsung hero of the Macomb Bombers, cleaning up a mess right here, had himself a big game to keep Macomb in this back and forth affair. Then Ethan Kite, speaking of backing down his defender, easy bucket. Little spinorama right here from Tyler Bickers in answer, and it was this kind of back and forth game. More from Bickers, cleaning up the offensive miss right here with a little putback for his team, and Macomb was just starting to warm it up. How about Leighton Holthouse? His second three of the early going knocks that down, and then Connor Watson with a really tough take right here. Somehow gets this to fall, but before you could think Macomb was seizing command in the first quarter, here comes Grant Hire and Quincy Notre Dame back yet again. Hire with a great float game showing off in this one. Not once, but twice on successive possessions as Quincy Notre Dame keeps this thing in close proximity. Adam Farr, though, working the give-and-go game with Leighton Holthouse, knocking down a long triple. We'd go back and forth throughout in this game. Monster games as well by Mr. Grant Hire yet again. And Jake Wallingford making his presence felt, but in the end, it was Tyler Bickers with a putback with 2 seconds left that proved the distance as Macomb pulls off the victory in hostile climbs, 44-42 to beat Q&D, the Raiders' first loss of the season. Meanwhile, at Mendon, Grigsville Perry tried to go to 3-0, and man, this was not a great early first quarter for either team, but Cash Kirk finally gets the lid off the basket. Then it is Ethan Lothridge right here knocking down the mid-range J. Just 3 field goals in the first quarter in this ball game. But check out Tate Koonsman. He would heat up eventually. Had a game-high 20 points in this one. It took this guy, Bryce Jansen, with a long 3 to break the seal offensively for Mendon Unity. But this, my friends, was all about Grigsville Perry. Michael Myers, the young freshman, showing off the shooting chops from way beyond the arc. Knocks down the 3 more from Cash Kirk as Grigsville Perry does in fact go 3-0 with a 62-26 victory. Also on the Illinois scoreboard today, TRIOPIA invades PAYSON SEYMOUR and comes away with a 3-point victory. Tough day for a very talented ROUTT squad, which pretty much led for the entirety of its showdown with Riverton before dropping a 5-point decision. And in Philadelphia today, SILEX, a 10-point winner over Marion County. In girls high school basketball, Quincy High School playing host to Central Southeastern, and the Blue Devils bounce back nicely from a Friday night road loss. And yes, Kate Chevalier happy to be home, happy to use the backboard to her best possible effect. Lady Panthers struggling to get any kind of offensive consistency, though that's a nice jump shot from Abby McMillan. All Blue Devils in this one. Lacey Novosel on the offensive glass. Good cleanup work for her. Check out Mackenzie Durst with the circus shot, somehow too far under the bucket, yet still gets the friendly bounce. And how about Emily Wilson leading her team in scoring with 12 points, including this one-woman fast break as Quincy High School pulls off the win, 56-38. Meanwhile, at the hangar, Macomb playing host to A-Town. Auspicious start for the Lady Bombers. All of it Kaylin Robinson, who scored her team's first 4 field goals in this one. The run-out opportunity, a one-woman fast break of her own right here. She was very good on the day, posting a team-high 13 points and finding all manner of ways to score early on. The Bombers building a lead early in this one and getting some help as well from Sarah Stuffelbeam, who would end up with 7 points on the day. But ultimately, A-Town pulls off the victory, 46-34. Elsewhere on the scoreboard today, Quincy Notre Dame drops a tough one on the road to a very good Sacred Heart Griffin team. The Lady Raiders got 16 points from Abby Schrick, but were held to just 5 fourth-quarter points in the offing. Also, in Northeast Missouri today, it would be Marion County pulling off the victory at home over SILEX behind 12 points and 8 rebounds from DELANEY STRAUS. Also today, in the third-place game at La Plata, North Shelby with a big day from NATALIE Thrasher, who had 20 and 6 three-pointers. The championship game involving the Canton Lady Tigers has been postponed until next Saturday. To college basketball now, where it was closeout time for Ryan Hellenthal's Quincy University Hawks taking on Illinois Springfield
This is Tanner Stuckman, who hit 5 big free throws in the game's final 3.5 minutes and delivered this critical offhand block to help preserve the victory, 75-64. Stuckman finished the day with 18 points and 8 rebounds. Elsewhere in local college men's action, Chandler Bevins returns home with Central Methodist to spoil the day for Culver Stockton. The John Woodmen fall on the road in St. Louis today, and despite 30 points from Logan Dorothy, it would be HLG falling to Williams Baptist. Earlier in the afternoon, the Lady Hawks of Quincy University saw Sarah Nelson drop a new career-best 31 points, while Lainey Lance also added 21, but Quincy University falls in triple overtime to UIS 100-99 in a game that featured a whopping 71 total foul calls between the two teams. Also tonight, a hard-luck loss at Omaha for the Western Illinois women, but in that game, Grace Gilmore set a new school single-season scoring record with 46 total points. Elsewhere, it was Culver Stockton dropping to 0-13 on the season despite the double-double from Jada Summers. Hannibal LaGrange falls at home to Williams Baptist, and the John Wood women lose in St. Louis as well. And in the bowling front at the high school level, the Keokuk girls win the Muscatine Invitational with 2,960 total pins. Rachel Moore leading the way with a series of 459. The Keokuk boys would finish fourth. With your Saturday sports wrap, I'm Sports Director Chris Dewar.